everyone, Sarah here from Grace in My Space. Today I'm going to be giving you a full tutorial on how to build your own DIY wood centerpiece. Let's get started. Today I'm going to show you how to take simple, cheap 2x2x8 wood and turn it into a DIY wood centerpiece. There is minimal building skills required. If you do not have your own saws at your home, you can also get this wood cut to dimension using my tutorial specs at your local home improvement stores. They will do it for you and it makes it a lot easier. All you have to do is assemble it when you get home. Your first step is going to be to measure your wood. You're going to need 4 pieces 18 inches long, 4 pieces 8 inches long, and 4 pieces for your height. You can see here I don't want this stamp on my wood, so I'm going to start cutting after that stamp so that it's not visible on my final product. Put on your safety glasses, grab your miter saw or your table saw, whatever you have available. Make sure and use safety precautions, and we'll start cutting our pieces. Alright, now we have our framework and we're going to cut the height next. For our height, we're going to do 5 inches tall. Alright, so just so you can kind of see how this is going to come together, these pieces will go in here, and this is your framework. But the first step before we do that is to sand off all these rough edges. All right, your next step is going to be to assemble your structure. If you have access to a nail gun, I highly recommend using a nail gun with 2-inch finish nails. It just makes it a lot cleaner. You won't be able to see the nail as easily, and you're also not going to dent your wood up with a hammer. If you do not have a nail gun, a hammer is going to work just fine. It'll just add some care. All right, you're going to start with the base. You're going to line everything up square, and you're going to shoot a couple of placeholders in there. Make sure and adjust so that everything's square if it moves around on you. So you can see this. Now we're going to add the other side. From what I've done, you can see that this piece here has a lot of wood showing through, a lot of character showing through. I want that visible, so when I assemble it, I'm going to make sure that it's on top instead of underneath. If you don't want it visible, hide those imperfections. So we have our base. Next step is going to be to add our pillar. You're going to want to do this one at a time, flipping your base around so that your bottom I suggest doing alternating corners to give yourself some stability here while you're doing the rest of your project. So now we have the bottom part with our pillars. We're going to build the top. Now we have our top done. Got our base. And nail that right on. At this point, you've got 2 options. You can either leave this as is and stain it and you'll be done, or paint it, whatever you choose to do. Or you can see currently that there's no base to it. If you would like to add a bottom, if you're going to put candles in it or if you're going to put anything that you need raised, I would highly recommend putting a bottom in here. But I did not include that in the materials list because it's not required. I'm going to add a bottom. You can use 2x4s, you can use anything that is the same height as your wood pieces here so that the depth is the same and it's flush on the bottom. But I'm going to show you what I'm going to use. So I just happen to have this old 2x10 hanging around in my garage. I'm going to cut it to size and plop it right in there in the middle. Alright, so I've cut down my wood. This wood is not pretty, but I'm going to sand it up and we're going to stay in the same color. The next step is going to be to stain. And you're done. All you have left to do is wait for it to dry and then style it with your favorite decorations. You can add some glass vases, you can add some hurricane vases and add candles. You can just pile it up with pumpkins or with foliage. You can do about anything that you desire with this. It's very versatile. It's very easy to make, probably only took an hour, would have taken even less time, if I had already had those pre-cut at the store. So if you are looking for a really easy way to add a little bit of character to your centerpieces, this is it. Make sure to follow me over at graceandmyspace.com for more DIY tutorials.